My name's Cassidy Burt and I'm playing Bella in Bruised Heart.
My name is Travelin Pantana and I play Adam Friedman.
My name is Laura Holt. I play Bella's mom in Bruised Heart.
Bella is just desperate to be loved, and she wants to be wanted so bad that she's willing to accept any form of affection.
I think initially Adam really likes Bella. You know, his first impression is, that's a cute girl, let's see what I can do. As he starts to get to know her, he realizes that there's a bit of insecurity that he can kind of latch onto, so he can play up these moments.
It's also like due to Adam's love bombing.
I love you, you are the most beautiful.
Hey beautiful, you're perfect, I love you. All like kind of at once, you know?
And make her feel a certain sort of way. It's really manipulative, whether he means to do it or not. Maybe it's a bad habit that he's had with playing into making feel better about themselves than they tend to, and that really gives him power and control over the situation.
Adam comes in and he's like, he notices her, he listens, and he's like, hi beautiful, like how are you? Ask about her day, ask her questions, and so of course Bella is going to latch on super tight to that.
So for Bella, I think he does genuinely care about her, but the insecurity, it's hard for him not to want to manipulate that.
Bella definitely just jumps to the next person who gives her the slightest bit of attention or affection, because she's like, oh, maybe you'll love me.
One of the things is constantly the I love yous, wanting to say I love you and to hear it back, having her say I love you, I think is a bit obsessive.
It's the desperation to be loved.
His home life, his obsessions, and his poor health habits and his drinking and everything like that certainly plays into having his anger kind of come out in that way.
Someone who was supposed to love you, protect you, and everything has suddenly become an abuser, like an attacker, and so to have that flipped on you in a few seconds has got to be gut-wrenching.
He brings himself to a point where he can no longer control himself for himself, and the alcohol, he abuses it and then it abuses him right back. Adam probably hates most of those moments. I don't think he gets any joy from abusing alcohol, from abusing women, from any of that. I think it's tough for Adam to find joy because he's always so under the influence of things that just take away his senses.
Someone you loved was actively hurting you. You'd just be heartbroken, really. It's like, why am I being treated this way? Like, do I deserve this? Like, what did I do?
If somebody had stood up to him and forced him to love them a little more, it'd be less obsessive, manipulative, and more genuinely loving and caring.
I think it's gonna be the kitchen scene, definitely, where he actually hits me and he has his hands on me, and I think that's going to be really hard to film.
It's tough to get the physicality right, while you're working the dialogue, so portraying the correct emotion, but still being careful to not punch her in the face or push her over and have her hit her head.
The hardest scene to do was the one where she's pushing Bella away. What do you want? I'm a mom. That relationship is so important. So it was very hard to be this mom that's pushing her daughter away. It's sad because you do see that a lot with parents and kids.
Hearing your parents fight, it's never fun, but I guess, especially for Bella, it's just constantly living in a battlefield.
I feel like I have to do everything. I don't get any help from my husband. I feel this overwhelming need to constantly be on the computer and working and proving to my employer that, yes, I'm at home and I'm working, I'm meeting all of your deadlines.
Knowing that you can be so excited to tell your mom something. Hey, like, I met this person, I just found this out, I did this really cool thing. And then she's just like, okay.
This is an interruption, and I've got these deadlines and I've got to prove that I'm doing my job.
You ask, like, why doesn't she care more?
So I don't have time to take a break away from that, regardless of how important Bella may think it is.
That's supposed to be my mother, like supposed to be my number one person, and she just could not care less or be less interested in you. And it breaks your heart.
The mom is throwing herself into the work, and she's neglected the relationship with Bella. What type of relationship have you gotten into? You don't need somebody that's gonna abuse you to be loved.
Her seeing her daughter get abused like that, and maybe that the mom sees Bella repeating her own cycle with her father, and that probably scares her enough to actually want to come back and interact in Bella's life.
She's wanting to make sure that Bella's not going to repeat that, to just be with somebody, to be with somebody. It's not worth that. You know, that's not love. The final scene I really like because it's like they reconciled, and you know, you get the feeling that they're going to have a better, closer relationship going forward. So that was the best scene because there is some redemption there at the end.